What's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Rants, Game Topics, and Gaming News with Foxhounds, Mercenary, Assassins Gaming. It's a pleasure to have you all here. We thank you to anybody in the field who happen to watch the content. I'm noticing that a lot of people are tending to take advantage of the fact that we are a small starting platform, regardless of the fact that we have been into gaming way before social media was a thing. We're starting to see now a lot of mirror content. I will say that that's something that we can pride ourselves on here for Mercenary Assassins Gaming. We happen to have actual content. We're not recycling off of the next man. We keep our stuff very original, and we actually show real examples. But that's just how the internet works. Some people, a lot of people actually, especially in this gaming community, from what I see, sadly feed off of each other and recycle their own content. So we will continue to be new, innovative, refreshing, and actually add something sustainable to the community instead of just nonsensical rants, reposts, and bickering and complaining. Although we will do plenty of complaining because a lot of these games nowadays are just absolute trash. Which leads me to bring up this topic here. Rigged matches in modern gaming with examples. Throughout this video, I'm going to show you a couple of things that were very alarming to me in games. I even have some old footage which I'm going to be using in this as well too from Modern Warfare 2023. Because the state of modern gaming today is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's like, wow, 1 out of every 3, if not every other matches, you're going to come across these 3 scenarios, guaranteed for sure. So we made sure to add some examples so you know what to look for and that it's okay. You're not the only one. There are others out there such as yourself and myself and my teammates who happen to endure through this nonsense because these game titles now are just worried about lining their pockets with coin rather than making good games. The gaming industry has become very similar to a blockbuster cinematic experience. It is no longer about the gameplay, it is no longer about the mechanics, it is no longer about fun, it's about what looks decent, what looks good, what sounds good. All the external fake shit that people in Hollywood go for. It's no different in the gaming world. That has been breached by these multi-billion-dollar agents, and this is why games suck today. So for this first one, we're going to talk about a situation where I actually believe that I encountered a bot in the lobby. Now, as you see here, we're going upstairs, clearing a room, normal stuff. And there's this guy just literally blanking out at the wall. Like, this is self-explanatory. No one in-game does this. No one has this level or lack of a level of situational awareness and is just like sitting there zoned out. The only time you ever happen to see this type of stuff is when people are trying to reverse boost. So they're trying to deliberately die so that way they can be able to back out of the game, their stats show it's a loss, and then when maybe their friends come on, they can actually play an enjoyable experience for the game. However, the thing about that is, which I know for sure this is a bot and not a human player, right, is that human players who tend to do that also more likely will tend to AFK, right? So they'll be in like far corners of the map when the plane tends to drop them off in the beginning of the match, or they will be actively in the field of combat trying to do some type of engaging, but they'll deliberately hold back so they can like die on purpose, so to speak. So that way the timer will come through, they will go ahead and respawn in the resurgence and then try as fast as possible to die. So that way they can be able to get exited out of the game, go into the 5 algorithm-based matchmaking process of when you do at least, I think, 3 to 5 games. They view the statistics of how you perform and then group you into a bracket of people who perform with that same standard. And as we clearly see here with the breakdown analysis, his sniper rifle's on his back. He's looking at the wall. He's not even looking outside to be scoping for any participants over here on besides prison, maybe possibly grandmoms. And all of this coincidentally comes right after a developer was mad and leaked the fact that they have a hidden Phalanx bot playlist. So, yeah, this here is a perfect example of what a bot looks like in a lobby who probably glitched out, maybe started tweaking and then just shut down altogether. Because I don't know if a lot of you know this, but yes, sometimes they do kick players from the game for the algorithm-based matchmaking process when the ABMM procs, because it's like some weird sadistic thing they do to try to like screw over your team. So that way, when the algorithm is doing its thing to dictate who they want to win for that match, they will use everything within the algorithm's arsenal to screw you over. But with that being said, usually you'll find these type of players who do happen to get kicked out from the A.B.M.M DDoS attack, which is what I'm going to call it. You'll tend to find those individuals usually like running in place or something along the lines. You know, this is like when the lag starts to kick in because the server and the packet burst is basically blocking the traffic and the connection between the client side, which is you, the computer, and the server side, which would be Call of Duty Activision and their many headquarters. So again, that is 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, a bot live in action within game. Yes, make no mistake about it. And when you happen to see these, capitalize on it. If it's not one of your teammates, destroy them and get them out of here. Also notice too how fast the squad was wiped. So either they kicked all their teammates, or they, upon launch when he dropped from the plane, which is another common thing that they'll do as well too, or they'll just like load up with fake players in the game with the amount of people in the room at the point of time, as well as with the party count, and we got a squad wipe from after that, immediately after. So I also in the foreseeable future don't see this going away anytime soon. I think that these games, especially with the reports that have been released lately from a lot of these higher end jackasses, content creators if you call them that, showing the player counts, Steam is a very, very big base, so we could honestly say that if Steam is sitting at like 153,000, I don't know if they're pulling up the averages for either like North America or worldwide, but if that's worldwide, oh man, I mean, console would probably be like, let's say 2/3 of that realistically. So, yeah, they're definitely going to be loading this game up with a lot more bots. There's going to be a lot more weird behavior. We're going to be getting sniped from across the map from fucking level 1 guys with maxed out weapon loadouts, which is a clear telltale sign that they're either hacking using unlocked tools, or they're fucking bots thrown in the game. Yeah. Ironically, they are doing that just around the same time Delta Force is doing that. So I don't know if there's like a correlation with this kind of dick stroking peen thing they got going on, where they like to copy people and try to beat them at their own shit type of thing. But that's really weird to me. I don't know. Pay attention to that, because Delta Force, kind of just openly said that they're going to be, having bots run around in their shit. And, you know what I mean? I don't know if Call of Duty is going to be taking a page out of their book, since this game basically fucking failed. Focused, like I said earlier, just mostly about like graphics, looks, and visuals, and nothing about like gameplay and mechanics, and too much of a focus on realistic interaction. I think we're either going to have a revolution in the arts, and gamers are going to start making their own studios, right? Or this industry is going to die out completely, and man is going to move to a new form of entertainment. I think that maybe console gaming will be dead altogether, and we'll probably maybe do something more into the realm of VR, which seems to be heavily invested into from tech giants. Hence why, Activision has a lot of these weird things going on to, as I was the one who said this first. I don't care what any content creator says, I was the one who said this on multiple of these guys. Moving forward, I'm going to be covering the SBMM and its A.B.M.M processes, the algorithm-based matchmaking process. There's no such thing as B.O.M.M. It's a false term thrown around on the internet because people cannot read, do not know how the English language is structured. This clip that I have here from Modern Warfare 2023 is a perfect example of how A.B.M.M procs, how they will use desync to enact A.B.M.M when they so choose to. And with this example shown, you can be able to use this in the review of your gameplay footage, or when you are playing in live time, to see if this is happening to you. So as we see here, I'm on the rooftop. I send a couple of drones, and I take care of one of the guy here. Then I notice his teammate to the right starts shooting at me. As I'm receiving damage, I count a total of 6 times that I've actually been shot on my screen as I'm backing away for more on the upper right-hand side of the roof. Now, as we know, another thing of this game, which is crazy, is that the bullet penetration is absolute trash. It is nothing of like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 from way back in the days. The fact that it was penetrating through that many layers within the upper level of the house was beyond me, but that's not the case. The case of the matter is ABMM, algorithm-based matchmaking, and its processes proc just then and there, so that way they can eliminate me from the game. Now, as you guys have seen from a lot of our other original content, we've also actually captured one of the very first moments where A.B.M.M procced, and they actually literally spawned somebody near the end of the match as we killed the last remaining participant in the field. This is no different. There were several players more here on the stage. They went ahead and enacted the processes. This is just how fast it will enact live in game. And he seemingly starts to shoot me through the roof. Now, yes, the DTIR was a very, very powerful rifle at that time, and it could down within, I would say, anywhere between 5 to 8 shots, depending on the amount of health the player had, full plates, what have you. So now, with this being said, it hits me about 5 to 6 times, and even if we say 7, that would be generous, right? So now, at that distance, there's also damage fall off, and not all of his shots were headshots too. Plus, we see the fact, using the close-ups, that the first 2 shots didn't even hit me. The hitboxes, and when A.B.M.M procced, it went ahead and expanded them to include my hitbox inside of where his bullet trajectory was, basically forcing me to be hit even though I was nowhere near there. So as we see here, when the A.B.M.M wants to proc and they've decided in live time who's going to be the victor of the gun battle, they will do such things as shown here as expand your hitbox registry, even though you can be completely out of the line of sight from the enemy combatant. They will do such things as reduce the enemy's hitbox when you're shooting at them. I was hit an additional 3 times even though I was already supposedly dead or away from the roof in that enemy combatant's line of sight. So it's like the A.B.M.M was so fixated with trying to just destroy me and get me out of there, it couldn't even make up its mind what it wanted to do at that point. Now, last and least for our video, I do want to talk about another common problem with the community is wall hacks, cheats, and maybe even possible veteran or higher level bots that they put in the game. We do know that bots are a thing now in Call of Duty. Not every player that we go against is an actual enemy participant. So with that being said, we will move forward to this clip. As we are seeing here, near the end of the circle, I'm trying to evade and come up with a plan, so I go into the water. Now, one thing I've noticed for hackers, and this is a little tip, for some reason, when it comes to hacking, bullets don't seem to have the same effect with the long rifles underwater. So that is a great way if you happen to be in a game and you suspect someone of cheating. And I knew something was odd because I was being hunted by like 3+ people and no call for UAV was being announced throughout the megaphone in the match. So this is one reason why I often like to go into the water, because the water and the mechanics of the water, for some reason, it does something to where it like slows the bullets down and it reduces the bullet velocity, making it harder for hackers to hit you, even though they already have the auto aim on you. So it's like the best thing to give you as a legitimate player a fighting chance when you happen to notice that you're going against hackers. I don't know what it is about the water mechanics, but like they're very, very helpful against that, and they give you some time to breathe and come up with a plan. This is often why you see in gameplay footage, I'll live in the water and then, you know, use like a sniper and do like a lot of pop shots when I'm going against suspected cheaters, because that's literally like the only thing that you really can do. You cannot fight them head on because their rage cheats allow you to get beamed across the entire map with an SMG or a pistol. Like, you know, you just cannot outperform them no matter how good you are. It's impossible. So I'm working my little
This
spiel
nigga's
here,
video. This
and
nigga's
then
shooting you
next
high.
thing you know,
Nigga's chasing you.
bam, I'm just getting
Nigga's
shot
chasing you in the water. Yeah, he sees
through
you.
above the water. Now, this is another suspect thing to me, and this either has to be someone who's using wall
You got
hacks
it,
and
Frankfurter. Yeah. You got
maybe
it,
not
Frankfurter.
perhaps,
What the
I
fuck?
guess, cranking it all the way up to the maximum
What the
settings
fuck?
so he can reduce detection. But the fact
No.
that Call of Duty has made
Bro,
it
yellow, man. He
mandatory
thought
now
he
for
had
you
in the
to adopt
cartoon,
certain
like, what
graphical
the all he
settings,
had to do
you know,
was
that's not an
extra
excuse
shit,
either
man.
to say that, oh, he was able
We did
to
good, man. Good.
see through the water and see me. Like, he physically cannot see me underneath the water. It's impossible. So how is he able to perform this onto me? This is where I say this is just another example of what a wall hack looks like, what cheaters will look like. When situations like this happen to you, it's okay. Call of Duty and Activision's multi-million-dollar conglomerate sucks complete fucking dick from the back and doesn't give a damn about you as the consumer. They've made this game this way and they plan to keep it this way. It was not developed in 4 years. It wasn't even probably developed in 4 fucking months. I'm certain of that. No game till this day has been given a time frame of 4 years and has made such a colossal failure as Black Ops 6. Like, this shit makes world history how bad this game is. So I firmly believe that this was either a legitimate player who was using walls. He was able to see my location. As you saw the other guy chasing me, I planted a grenade, which is a really great way to build some distance between people trying to chase you in the water. So he stopped his pursuit, as you saw near the end of the camera when I looked around to see if it was him who finished me off. No, it was the sniper guy. He happened to have used a two-shot car model. I think the water mechanic slowed the bullet from the first one when he locked onto me, and he wasn't able to finish me off in 2 shots, which is why I took him 3. They successfully killed me, and they ended our team. If not that, it had to have been a bot, which is the obvious. They can be able to see through anything because they are part, literally, of the game's code. So we hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Of course, we're going to keep more content coming on. Give us some likes, share, subscribe, tell your friends about us, man, or just, check in and tune into the content. All of our content is sourced without use of cheats like a lot of these fake streamers. We use no console hacks, no Steam hacks, no computer hacks, and we're just going to keep content coming. If you people want to steal our content and recycle it, sure, there's nothing we can do about that. But you heard it from here first. Mercenary Assassins Gaming, real gaming news for real gamers. We are up and we are out of here. To the next one.